I don't know. I don't know if we should be here.
This is a bit weird.
Israfel's taint has been rubbed all over it.
We have travelled 1,000 leagues in only a few moments.
Peculiar surprised by the portal travel. Of course, in the nether, everything's like 8 times. Oh, but there's the wall in the distance, over that way.
Oh my god, we are far out.
There's a lot of sand over there. Look, can you see it's like a mountain of sand.
Are these things like mushrooms, but made of sand?
They're weird, like tree shrooms.
I don't know what they are. Tree shrooms, sandy tree
They're horrible,
shrooms.
aren't they? Oh my god.
That sounds like a strange woman's name, doesn't it? Sandy tree shrooms.
You're right, no, Peculiar. So this place was like some
Is he in shock?
weird. Oh right.
Oh, the memories.
I came here once, long ago. Last watch was one of the most important wall bastions. But now, the whole city, buried in sand under our feet. If we do not stop Israfel, the whole world will look like this. Thousands will suffocate to death under the sand.
Goodness, this was an entire city at one time. Do you fancy going down there?
No, I'll pass.
I think I'm okay as well. You know, you don't have to explore everything, do we? It's like that side quest in the well on that map.
Oh god.
The Polish one. Yeah.
Heroes! Heroes! I must rest for a moment and let me tell you my story.
Sit down, Lewis. You got any popcorn?
There's a bit of gravel, makes yourself comfortable.
Cheers, man.
It's like a beanbag. It's lovely and soft.
We need a campfire, really, don't we? There we go, I'll do.
Oh, there we are.
You have done what I could not. You have united the fragments of the map. I'm sorry for keeping this story from you, and you deserve to know it. Ever since Daisy was taken from me, I have felt different. My heart is like broken glass in my chest, but I have new strength and also an understanding. To tell you in full, I must start at the beginning. My sister and I never knew our parents, not really. Our father was a city guard of Mistral, and he was often away defending the town. Our mother, I can only remember in flashes. Dark-haired, kind, loving. It was one fateful night that everything changed. I was only 4 years old, and all I can remember is rain, lightning, and a terrible pale face. He took our mother from us that night, into whatever dark place he inhabits. And then, soon after, my father left us too. Dathan raised us well, but I was forever haunted by that pale face and vowed to find out what had happened to my parents. I travelled the length of the wall and asked to each of the 7 great wall bastions, and I slowly learned the story of Berrigan Antioch and how he had sacrificed himself to save Minecraftia, and his son Carpath, who had mysteriously vanished after setting up the Templars. But as the years passed and the trail grew cold, I learned less and less, and I began to be held in the grip of paralysing nightmares. I found myself growing weaker and weaker. Finally, wearied and old before my time, unable to even hold a sword, I fled to the tiny village of Terravale to hide away as a lowly Inky. There, unexpectedly, my life turned around for the first time. I fell in love with a blacksmith, and for a time, the nights were not as cold. But I could not escape my past. Before long, People started disappearing from the tiny town. The nightmares returned, worse than ever. And I started losing hours, sometimes days. Daisy grew distant from me, and I grew paranoid that I was being controlled by him. I made the most cowardly decision I had ever made, to end my wretched life. I brewed a potent poison, but before I could drink it, you arrived. At first, I thought to poison you both instead, so frantic was my paranoia. But I knew enough to understand that your hearts were not shrouded by the pale-faced man's power. Instead, I helped you as I could to rid Terravale of the corruption. But just as my spirit was returning, something so terrible happened that my heart shattered like ice. Daisy was gone. He had taken her, just as he had taken my mother. And then I understood. I understood everything. My mind was clear. Until then, I'd hated my father for leaving us, but now I felt what he felt. He too had lost the love of his life to the darkness. Since then, I have been different. I have understood what drove my father and what is worth dying for. I guided you to Mistral City, but my weakness returned on the journey, and you saved my life the second time by seeking out the wizard Fumblemore for a potion that would return my strength. You risked your lives and dignity trying to get the ingredients, and shamed me for my cowardice. But it did not end there. You helped me recover my father's blade, venturing deep into the catacombs under Mistral, battling spiders side by side. When we uncovered my father's note, I felt immense sadness, but also great purpose. My father was dead, but I could avenge him by seeking out the portals of Israel and shut them down, lest the taint spread to all that is good in this world. I knew I had to see a day from, and that is where I left you, amidst the burning ruins of Mistral. I do not know what you found in the depths of the crumbling ruin, save one thing: the fatal blow to the enemy's plan, the first fragment of the strange map. I sought a day for at Verrigan's Hold, but the news was little better than the sight of Mistral City burning. It was under siege by the undead. I fought alongside a Dathan, but hearing the wall had been breached, set off immediately, leaving a Dathan instructions to send you my way when he found you. The wall was damaged badly. I had barely begun to make sense of how it happened when I was beset upon by the creatures of the night. I took refuge in an abandoned guard tower to tend to my wounds while I awaited your return. I'm sure you well remember the battle at the breach and all that followed, so I shall not recount that part of the tale again now. After, while you sought additional fragments of the map, I travelled to Icaria in search for Fumblemore, the only person old enough to remember the construction of the wall. Fortunately, he'd escaped Mistral in one piece, though there was little to say for his tower. He told me of the pact Verrigan made with the dwarves, and I travelled immediately to Stonehold, and was captured by the corrupted dwarves. They held me for days before you arrived, but I have remained vigilant. Finally, I heard familiar voices, and at long last you had found me. You told me of your adventures with the Sky Lords and your successful mission to Skyhold to retrieve the second fragment. I'm glad that Lysander is well, and that that the help of the Sky Lords is with us. You also told me of your encounter with the pirates of Barbecue Bay and your journey to the treasure hole, the Grimjaw Slug Bed. The passages through the deep core were some of the most harrowing I'd ever experienced, but we finally found a way through an active portal and defeated King Finbar, but not before he could awaken the ancient god that should have been sealed away forever. The situation is worse than ever. The world is on the verge of being suffocated in sand, and we are the only ones who can stop it. But entering the desert here will do us no good.
Yeah, he's right. We need supplies. Keep that fire going, it's getting cold.
Definitely.
This has been a really cold,
freezing.
Sunday night.
Cold, hungry, thirsty, I'm spitting feathers. My stomach's a grumbling and a rumbling.
There's, I've got like a couple of pork chops.
Find an inn
A bit
somewhere.
of diamond. Oh, I know what we can do. We can watch this telly. This will keep us going. Keep us entertained.
It's not.
Come, we must return through this portal and find another.
There's nothing on.
No, we've got to
There's no
get
signal.
supplies. Lewis, we've got to save Daisy.
Sorry.
We've got 3 days to save Daisy. You can't just sit and watch X
I
Factor.
think we've only got 2 days now.
Oh god.
Hurry up. Where are we going? Back into the portal.
Where's this? Quick. To the portal.
What are you waiting for? The world isn't going to save itself.
Very true, KP, very true. Let's do this. Let's do this.
It's an exclusive. First time.